team. Cowboy. And who I'm rolling with, huh?
Welcome to another episode of Classic Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I mentioned Jesse Holley. Jesse Holley's catch versus the San Francisco 49ers last week. Okay. And there was actually a story behind that. There was actually a story that is behind that, okay? So Dez Bryant got injured versus the Jets in week 1. Okay. Dez was injured in week 1. And going into that San Francisco game in week 2, Dez was a game time decision. Okay. And Dez Bryant could not go. And so now Jesse Holley is the next guy up. And so right before the start of the game, Jesse Holley is told that they're going with Dwayne Harris to start in place of Dez Bryant. Okay. They're going with Dwayne Harris to start in place of Dez Bryant. And Jesse Holley got down on himself. And John Kitna came up to him and said, hey, what's wrong? So then Jesse Holley was like, well, he said, I'm starting for her Dez, and I'm not. John Kitna says, what are you talking about? You have the ability to affect the game in any sort of way, okay? John Kitna said, hey, keep your head up. You have the ability to affect his game even from the sidelines, okay? And so it was a back and forth game. Miles Austin made one of the best catches I've ever seen for a touchdown. Miles Austin made one of the best catches I've ever seen for a touchdown, okay? And so Jesse Holley also helps his part. He says Dwayne Harris in that game did what Dwayne Harris did in practice all week. He ran the wrong route. Okay. So apparently the Cowboys coaching staff got pissed that Dwayne Harris was running the wrong routes the whole game, okay? And so Jason Garrett finally pulled him out. So Jason Garrett was like, that's enough of that. I'm pulling you. Then Jesse Holley came in and made some clutch catches. And, of course, the one that set up Dan Bailey's game-winning field goal. Okay. So, yeah. I got a little bit more to talk about on Tony Romo. Okay. So he tells a story. Tony Romo has revealed that Bill Parcells asked the Cowboys coaching staff to vote on whether Dallas should start him or remain with veteran Drew Bledsoe during the 2006 season. According to Romo, he won the vote by the narrowest possible margin, 8-7. The vote followed Romo's difficult relief appearance against the New York Giants in Week 7. Romo finished the 36-22 loss, throwing for 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. Parcells still gave him the job. Romo responded by leading Dallas from a 14-0 deficit. I remember that. To defeat the Carolina Panthers 35-14 in his first career road start. Okay. I think Tony Romo tells a story of how he got into the game against the Giants game, okay? First of all, Bill Parcells looked sick after the Redskins game in week 2, okay? Bill Parcells looked sick in the game after the game against the Redskins, which we won 27-10. And Bill Parcells said, these mistakes by my players are eating me up. Okay, they're eating me up so much that Parcells was becoming physically sick because this team just made so many mistakes. Okay, and they were really eating at Bill Parcells. Okay, so. And Drew Bledsoe was one of those guys who kept making mistakes and made Bill Parcells sick. So I believe, I can't remember who told the story, Tony Romo or somebody else. At halftime, the Cowboys in the locker room at halftime, and Bill Parcells is in his office. I believe it's some of the coaches. Okay, he's in his office. He comes out of his office and says, all right, Homo, you're in. Yeah. And I remember listening to that game. His very first pass of the second half was an interception. His very first pass was an interception. Oh, man. But eventually we were glad had to have Tony Romo. And, yeah. All right. That's it. And that's all for Classic Cowboys Talk. I am out of here. May God bless you all. Peace.
Who?
Cowboy.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboy.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboy.
Steelers better get it right. Giants better get it right. Who?
Cowboy.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboy.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboy.
Eagles better get it right. Skins better get it right.